We love that scuffed shit. Keep it coming, baby.
Okay, wait. It is true. There is scuff already, but like, damn. Call a bitch out. I'm not even done making my posts. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Guys. I'm dual streaming. So there's gonna be a little scuff because YouTube and slobs do not work well together. So hang on. I gotta figure something out. I gotta figure something out. Hold up. You have to work. Oh, that's okay. I'm here expecting it. The preemptive scuff is crazy. The preemptive scuff is crazy. Why is it saying this on YouTube? Okay. Well, I don't know why YouTube is doing something. So I'm going to try and fix it. Hang on. It's so stupid. Hang on. Will it let me edit while I'm doing this? Ah, it will. Hang on. All right. Let me update this. It was just doing dumb stuff. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're in business. We're back in business. It updated the title. All right, we are good. We are live on YouTube and we are live on Twitch. Glad you got to say hello too, Zhong. Thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate you. Now, this is a little cobbled together. I do have YouTube chat up as well, but it is in a separate window. So we'll see how this goes. But you know what? It's time, guys. It's time. We got work to do. We got work to do tonight. We got work to do. I hope everybody's having a wonderful evening. Welcome in. I am Beehive. You can call me Hive. I use they series pronouns. I am a mythical magical hive of bees from a story about kingdom far, far away. I have beef with fairy godmothers. Don't ask questions, because then I'll have to hurt you. But I hope everybody's having a great day. Welcome in, Sly Varka. How you doing? How you doing? So what we're working on tonight is the wonderful Oni Draz has commissioned me to put together a PNG Tuber Plus model for him. So we kind of did like flats and everything. So I'm going to do some tweaking and cutting tonight. We do an art in here. It is a gateway. Next, we'll be wanting to experiment with colors and brush styles. Or even worse, sketch theories. Oh, thank you for that hydrate. I will take a sip of my cold, crisp Sprite that I have with me. Hi, Doodle. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Not anything but sketch theories. What about color theory? What about layer method and composition? What about anatomy study? I've actually been doing some dynamic anatomy study. He does have a gun holster over his junk. A T-Pain fit. Wait, do I need to look this up? Hold up. T-Pain is kind of a whole vibe. Hang on. Let me move that. You guys don't need to see that. T-Pain. Crotch holster. Why am I Googling that? That's the, well, that is not, I'm definitely on a watch list now. I don't know what I was expecting. God damn. Hi, Tay. Look, okay, I just really miss my Chinese spy. That's all. I miss him. I miss him. So what I want to do is I actually want to start going through and cleaning this because I think anything else we add render-wise, I'm going to make some tweaks to this. And we're going to start actually cutting into pieces, and then I can add some rendering, some effects. We might add some additional details because, like, here's the thing. I've been deep diving a bit more into different types of you saw him earlier. Susan's still kicking your ass. Susan can eat all the shit, okay? Susan sucks. We're very mad at Susan. Susan did us both so dirty the other night. Susan's a bitch-ass ghost. Susan is a bitch-ass ghost. That's all I'm gonna say. If Susan had a corporeal face, I would punch it. Okay, fuck Susan with a rusty spoon. What I want to do is we're going to start separating these bits into chunks and making some cleanup because it's time and it's going to be a lot easier for me to start doing rendering and other pieces and adding bits so that I can think about like how things are going to move. But I've been doing a lot of work on dynamic poses and other things lately, so Susan didn't kick you from the game this time. That's true. That's true. Bella we had a really good night the other night. I'm so excited too. We'll have to like get some more collabs coming up at some point. I'll have to reach out to some people. It was a huge, they do a big like Halloween Blood Moon Festival in Phasmo, and somebody sent me the details on that today, so I was like, oh hello, it's back. So we have here the illustrious Oni Draz, who I'm not sure why that is there. Why? I have questions. So we got some work to do tonight. I want to lock in a little bit. Let's be so fucking for real though. Every time I say I'm gonna lock in, it winds up just being fuck shit. Fuck shit degrees. It just winds up being fuck shit degrees. Okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna take that layer out entirely anyway. We didn't need that. So I do like the shadows.
All right, guys.
I'm gonna need to lock the fuck in. Exactly. Yeah, it would be fun. They've added some really interesting challenge modes and stuff this year that I just think are really cool. I'm gonna be changing up your eye design here, Draz, because I think this looks a little better, and I'm trying some new coloring effects and some rendering pieces. But what I want to do is we're gonna start like cutting things in. I'm actually gonna I don't want to, but I think I'm gonna delete that layer because it is a little chunky and I want to do more rendering, but we don't really need it, so not yet. Okay, so we have our flats. We have all of our flat colors. We have, that's sketches, so that can go away. We have, I don't even know what was in this. That's a nothing layer. There's nothing in that. That was a folder that I had created and now exists for nothing. Okay. The outfit, I'm gonna have to think about how I splice it. Because what I think we're gonna do is there's gonna be areas of his suit that are going to be a moving GIF. And I think what I want to do is select those panels for the sake of balance before we cut them so that I can build them into one layer that probably just runs a majority of his torso through here and maybe parts of the legs. And then I think we're going to start up top, though. So let's start with the stuff up here so we can kind of like get ourselves into a bit of cleanup. Because okay, there's the line art for the ponytail. So we've got this. Okay, thank you, past me. I did start sorting this already. Oh, thank bless. Bless. I'm so goated sometimes. Sometimes I actually know what the fuck I'm doing. All right, let me get the YouTube chat back up. Not that I expect much to happen over there tonight, but you know what? You know what? It's good to have it. In the future, if I dual stream, I'm going to try to have both chats displayed on screen a la Rin Penrose. So we'll see how that goes. So I think what I'm going to do, we're going to figure out how many pieces we have to separate of the hair. And then I think we're going to hide. Oh, this has the color palettes. Okay. We're going to hide the rest of this stuff right now. Because here's what we need to do. We need to actually come up with different sections. Okay. I'm going to actually just knock the opacity down on that so that we can see through it for now. And I'm going to come in and we are going to make a new layer. We're going to label this back of head. And this will be the hair that is just purely on the back of the head. So I'm going to grab, make sure I have that color. I'm going to knock the opacity on this. And then we're going to come in on this layer. And this is going to be static. So this is not something that needs to be perfect because this particular layer will not have any, it won't have any real physics to it. So we're going to come through here and like this. Just like that. Okay. Not real fancy. Doesn't need to be. Okay. Because nobody's going to really see this part. This is literally just what's going to sit behind his face. So when you're cutting stuff for a VTuber model or a PNG tuber model, which is what we're doing, we are doing a PNG tuber remix model. So this is kind of, it's like a happy medium between, you know what, actually, this piece can be connected to that because this is all going to sit behind the face. You did not just add these nuts, Dio. I fucking hate you. Why do you do these things to me? You're the worst. I'm trying to sit here and explain my process and you're like, ah, these nuts, Dio. The worst. The literal worst.
You whiny little bitch, Dio.
You're a whiny little bitch, Dio.
Stop being a whiny little bitch.
Damn. I'm sorry. I'm getting red to fill through sound alerts. What the fuck? I did not know the library was open tonight. Jesus. Damn. Savage. Draz out here just being rude. So this will be a good opportunity to clean up these lines a bit too. Okay. So now what we're going to do, this line art layer that we have, we are going to copy it. We're going to paste it on a secondary, and then we're going to go above. Let's get rid of those other layers. And then what we are going to do is we are going to get rid of this stuff because we don't need this on this one. So this is where, like, it's probably a really good idea to just use, like, if you have a big area of stuff that you have to get rid of like this, grab it with your selection pen. If you know you're going to have to go in and just re-clean things, go in with your selection pen, delete. Done. And then I'm going to come in and we're going to do some cleanup work here. Because no one's going to actually see anything that I'm adding here. That's the beautiful part. No one's going to actually see any of it. Okay. The way I just had to pause because I was like, that is not on my playlist. What the fuck? That just confused the living shit out of me, dude. I was so confused. Oh, I'm like, I forgot to take that off. Okay. There we go. Let me add. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this hairline so that we know it's there and shape it out. And then I'm going to hide those layers again. Okay, so here we go. So now what we don't need is the ponytail as well. We don't need that in here because that's going to be broken down into separate areas. It's complicated, Dio. It's complicated, Dio. This will make sense. This is the weirdest part of the process. This is the strangest part. But we don't need it to be... Like, this is the part where I think a lot of people also kind of, like, overthink the process a bit. Like, it's one thing if you're doing a VTuber model and you have to be very exact. When you're doing a PNG Tuber remix model, I think there's a little bit of, like, freedom when you're doing this step to, like... not worry about it, because you don't have to worry about, here's what, you don't have to worry about people like turning and rotating, because that's not something that the program is designed to do. So the physics, while similar, are pretty different. So what we're doing here is we are building out just some of these shapes. And it's gonna look a little wonky. It is gonna look a little weird for a few, okay? Just trust the process. We'll get there, I promise. I just gotta cut the layers first because this gets a little complicated. All right. I'm gonna leave it at that for now. That's what we're going to call back of the head. I can always do additional cleanup later when we start adding color and rendering. Okay. So now we have our back of the head. I'm going to knock the opacity down on that, okay? Now, I'm immediately looking at it and going, yeah, there's stuff I can shift. So this is where it's really helpful to be able to go in and just free transform around like the opacity layers. So I'm looking at this going, I need to move the hair up. I need to widen that. And then I also need to potentially shrink down the top because it's a bit much. So I'm going to go in and just grab this part. And I just want to get the shape right because we can clean it up in a little bit. Like, that's fine. I just want to start getting stuff cut. I'm still working out a really, like, good, efficient cutting process. Like, I'm still learning. I'm still learning, chat. We can fill in those gaps. Don't worry about it. Oh, man. With the hydrate right out the gate. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. I appreciate it. Yum, 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 yum. The eternal struggle you will have against Susan, and the fact is it's only just begun. Critic, how are you? Sorry, I've been yammering. How are you, my friend? I hope you're having a good day. I hope it's been a good start to the week. I hope it's been good. I'm going to just come in and do this. And I think I'm gonna just do this. And I'm gonna delete some of those lines. I think we're gonna worry about the top hairlines on a separate piece because I think I'm overthinking it and the ear line's gonna piss me off. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. We don't need this. We don't even need all this. We don't even need all this. As a matter of fact, I don't think we even need all of this. So we are just going to get rid of it so that there's layers behind the head. All right. I'm going to come in with lasso fill. And we're just going to go whoop. It can go a little bit around the skull. I don't want a ton. How are you, though? You been okay? But you got an 8-hour tomorrow. Oh, no. That's no bueno. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. I hope it goes quickly. I hope it is a quick and painless shift. Oops. I hope it's not too bad. All right, there we go. So this is where we start really like cleaning up the model a bit. Okay. So I'm going to actually take all those lines out because we don't need those. We don't need those. Why is that there? Oh. Well, you don't belong there. You belong there. Let me come up here and just like smooth out this messy situation. Try to keep it as clean as possible. I try to keep the hairline like a little bit above the skull because like your hair doesn't just sit like right on there. So that's just weird. That shit's just weird. Now I can tweak it down from there. So we're going to go in with a soft airbrush eraser. And we're going to start just cleaning up around this. And this way, if things interlope or kind of mingle, it's a lot cleaner. It's much clearer. We don't wind up falling into the pitfalls of really jagged edges falling over one another. I've made a couple of mistakes even with my current model, so I got to go back, and once I'm done working on everybody else's stuff, I got to do some cleanup on my own stuff, but customers come first. I made it through my debut. I made it through all that stuff. Now I'm working on other stuff. Thank you for the redeems. Now I'm going to come in with a soft airbrush and the bits that sit behind his face. I'm going to also soften that line up and that. All right. So now we have the behind the head hair. And I think I'm just gonna manually add some lines instead of overthinking this. So we're just, whoa, that's not the right brush. Jesus. Jesus, that was a lot. Because what we're going to wind up doing... These bits of hair will not really move. And they're going to go behind the head. So these little bits are going to go like behind the skull and the neck. So I'm just bringing these lines down so that there's a little bit of like difference. So these are going to fall behind this, which means when I cut his neck piece, I'm going to have to like put a line right here, and this is going to have to be a separate layer that goes in front of that hair piece. Does that make sense? It's like, it's a little complicated when you're trying to like cut a model, because you got to kind of like think these things out. And the more you do it, the easier it does get, but like, I'm still learning, you know? If I was doing it every single day, it would be no contest. Okay, so there we go. There's his back of head hair. Now, I am going to bring the opacity down on these layers. And I'll bring the opacity back up on these ones. And let's determine what we're going to cut next. Okay, so next I want to get... you know, I think the top part of the ponytail is going to have to be what's next. We're going to try something. We're going to go... Let me gather a bunch of this. Through to about here. And we're going to do a copy. And we're going to do a Control V. And let me hide that. Yeah. That'll work. Now I'm going to copy the line art layer, and I'm going to paste that above there. And this way we don't have to keep overthinking. So now what we're going to do is come in and clean this up. This is where it gets really complicated, you guys. This is where things get a little complicated. Is right here. So we're going to have to do his hair in multiple chunks. This is where the majority of the work is going to go on this particular model, is the cutting and the rendering. Because I'll be real with you, the animation and physics on him are not going to be that bad. Beheaded dress! You are the Red Hood. Absolutely. Let me... You gotta trust the process, man. Gotta trust the process. I sound like a broken record, but it is part of it. You just gotta trust the process. Trust in me, trust in me. Okay. Now, if I've got that right there, let's do this. Where this comes down in a nice... No, actually, I can just make that a solid piece. We don't need to worry about that. I can make that just a top knot. Cool. All right. Yeah, it's a little funky to watch, I know. It's a little funky to watch. It'll make a lot more sense in a little bit, I promise. It's just... This is the weirdest part. This is the most confusing part, I think. You're hearing Hive cover of Trusted Me from the Jungle Book. You were. Okay, how did we feel? Critic, I'm actually curious. How did you feel about the Kevin Feige Jungle Book? Was it Feige or was it Gunn? I can't remember who produced that one. actually kind of enjoyed it. I think it went a lot harder than it had to. Weirdly, like I thought it went pretty hard. I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. Like I was not mad at it, and I thought for sure I was gonna hate it. I thought I was going to hate it. I did not. It was pretty okay. I mean, it wasn't like right home, oh my god, the best thing ever, amazing, spectacular, blah da da blah da da blah, but I thought it was pretty solid. I thought it was pretty okay. It was pretty all right. They made King Louis very creepy, which I appreciated. New song! For Narita Bryan! Oh my god! Yo! Okay, you're making me want to play Uma, and I have art to do, sir. Like, if I don't work on this, you're not getting a new fucking model, so stop tempting me. Stop tempting me. And I have other customers I gotta work on after this, so... Cough, Tay, cough. Okay. We can tweak that a little bit later, but I think from a shape perspective, it's pretty good. It's pretty okay. I am gonna come in and fill this in. Oops. Wrong layer. Great. This is kind of giving genuine energy, I'm not gonna lie. So here's what I'm gonna do with this edge. I'm gonna come in and we're just gonna like feather this a little. And then I'm gonna come in with the soft airbrush. We're gonna soften up all these layers. Just this kind of line so that it's got that softness to it, so that it's blended and not shitty. And then actually I think I'm gonna make it more of a straight line because it's gonna be pretty much the same. Oh Lord. Tickler Bungit! That is the greatest fucking name. Thank you for following! Welcome to the Hive. You are officially a Honey Drop Buzz, bitch. Thank you so much.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Exactly. I have to sneeze. Oh my god. Holy shit. What the hell? Sorry, guys. Oh my god. So sneezy. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up as well. We're just working on some art comms here. Working on a little bit of commission piece here for Oni Dress. Little PNG Tuber remix model. Bow, 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 baby. I'm just gonna bring that in naturally so it feels a little bit better. No one's gonna see this line, so I really don't have to soften it up. It's just, I'm being a perfectionist. There we go. Now that's nice and soft. And we can erase that up. You ever see a span of 16 months and go, yeah, that's a month? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Consistently. Yup. 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 Oh, God, yes. I think I'm actually also going to grab both of these and just bring them down ever so slightly. This is the nice part about doing things this way, is it gives you a little bit more freedom, too. So it's just a rite of passage. Sweet. It is. It is. The film was produced by Favreau. Thank you. God, there's too many Johns in the game. John Favreau, John Feige, John Jacob Jingleheimer, fucking Schmidt. I don't know. There's so many. I'm a dummy. I thought it was good, though. I thought it was pretty good. tad mixed about it considering third Jungle Book live action Disney did, but the funny part is Christopher Walken being King Louis. He was so good though. Like, is it just me or did he like bring a creepiness to it that I always thought should have been a part of it? Like, I thought Walken kind of slayed, honestly. He kind of slayed. I'm naming my layers. Okay, so I can't title that. Back pony. Still sounds gross. Back of head. So then if I bring up the opacity on that and I drop it, you can see the ponytail is now behind that hair layer behind the head. Community challenge 50% complete. We are 50% of the way to the Lego model. What the frick, Dio?
Your darn art.
I will save my darn art. I will save my darn art. Thank you. Awoo! All right. So we got the pony. We got the back of the head. And now what I am gonna do is I'm gonna pick all those and I am gonna go through and just drop the opacity so that we know where they all are. There we go. Actually, let me make this easy. Let's put all of that into back of head. We'll make a folder. And we're going to put all of those in the folder. And that way we can just knock the opacity of the folder and I can add on from there. Now is a good time to save. I'll save. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Now we have... woo! I need to get from here. We have to do next the top of the hair. And I'm going to have to cut the head. I think I'm going to cut the head with the top of the hair on it. And do that as a layer, which is a crazy sentence if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay, let's bring this back up, and this is where it's going to get a little scary. So this is where I start saving like multiple iterations of a model because it can get a little strange. Woo! Yeah, I'm going to tweak your bangs a little bit because I feel like if we lose this eye, it just... something about that angle is so good. I don't want to lose that. This is where I start having to make concessions with my own designs, which kind of sucks. Let's go down to the head. There's the base skin. There's that. There's that. That's all rendered. Ooh, I don't want... no. Yeah, that's fine. Let's get rid of those renders. We can always fine tune. I'm actually going to redo that. Okay. So there's the head. Pardon me while I hide the back of head stuff real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, Lex Luthor. Let's see here. We're going to keep the neck separate because what we're going to do is we are going to place his entire head and the top of the hair as one layer. And that way what we can do is we can do this chunk of hair as a separate layer or possibly two so that we can add individual physics to those chunks of hair. So hair is kind of a weird thing because it doesn't just... if you've tried to draw hair and you're just drawing hair, if you're trying to draw hair and you're just like going to town and you're drawing like this, okay, that's why your hair looks a little wonky. Okay. Hair falls in platelets. And those platelets are almost like a ribbon. I saw somebody describe this yesterday and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. So you want to try and like mimic that ribbon-like quality, right? And that's what adds a little bit more movement to your hair, is treating it like a ribbon, right? So then there's like shading there. There might be some shading there. Yeah, exactly. Freedom! Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're gonna get rid of all that because I don't need all that. Thank you for the boops. Appreciate you, friendo. Okay, I gotta figure out where these layers are though, so just give me a second here, guys. Okay, that's all on the neck. I'm gonna get rid of any of those light renders though, because it was good for experimentation. So there's the neck. The neck pretty much is all one piece already. So I actually did a lot of this work already. Good job, me. Holy shit. Okay. Way to go, me. So there's the head. There's your little... I am going to warm up the face a little bit, I think. I'll keep... I am going to get rid of that render. I'm fighting my own abilities here. The brows and the eyes and stuff like that, I'm going to leave those separate. So now what I am going to do is take these... Thank you for the hydrate.
Save your darn art!
I will. I just saved it. Thank you for the hydrate. Oh, thank you for the contribution to the Lego model challenge. We're over 50%. Okay, I gotta move these. I don't know why they're being so weird. Come on, layers. Come on, layers. I need you to work with me here. We're gonna come up to the top. Okay. Now, there we go. All right. So now, this is the head. Or at least like that piece. So now what I am gonna do is pull the top of the hair and kind of squish it on top of the face, the head? That sounds weird. Chaos shall be had. I approve. I'm gonna call this headlines. We'll call this head shadow. I think that's what that is. Oh, it's the blush. It's just a little blush that goes with that, so which is perfect because I don't want to like take that out. So there's our head, which is perfect. I'm gonna come through. So I actually already did a ton of this. And let's pull the neck and put that over here too, because that's gonna be really helpful when we start like pacing that out. Nope, you go here. That was not what I wanted you to do, but okay. Thanks. What the fuck? What just happened? All right, let's move these up to the top. It's because it keeps trying to put itself in a folder. I don't know why it is doing that. Did I color those lines on that? Oh, I did. I see. Okay. Well then, you two come up and I'll just build the rest manually. This is what I get. No, it is messing with that layer. That's so fucking weird. Oh. Wait. It's on the neck collar layer. I see what I did. I see what I did. I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy. I'm a great big dummy. I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy. I'm a great big dummy. Why did I do it that way? That was an accident. No bueno. Not a good job on my part. Okay. That's fine. That's fixable. Hi, Amy! Our little crochet queen. How are you? How you doing? I hope you're having a good night. I hope you're having a good evening. We're locked in. We're getting some work done here. This is going to be my focus for the next couple of days. Is really working on trying to get this model done so that I can move on to doing Draz's emotes. I actually need to change the shape of your neck. There we go. It needed to be a little bit wider. Now I can come up here and I can clean that up. Much nicer, much cleaner. Thank you. Okay. There we go. That's good. That's going to be pretty static, so that's not going to actually move much. So that'll be nice. Neck color. I'm going to call this neck shadow. Let's do, I am going to hide those layers for now. And just leave the line art there so that we know what's up. And then I'm gonna start trying to like separate this collar piece so that then we can do the back of the hair and I can make sure everything is in the right order. Because if I don't do that, I'm gonna get very confused and ahead of myself, and that will not be beneficial to anybody. I'm just gonna get rid of that line. Is that the eye weights? It is. Okay. Learned that a 2mm hook is very tedious and maybe not to use that against the arm. Oh. Yeah, it's really small. They're kind of like, it's kind of a matter of preference, but I think everybody kind of gets to a point where like you have one that's your comfort zone. And you'll kind of start, like, figuring that out and, like, working with what works best for you and makes you most comfortable. Okay, I'm going to... Let's do a selection. Okay, let me come up here. We're gonna call this new layer. Oops, wrong spot. No. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to pee. Thank you for the hydrate. Let me grab that. I'm gonna have to, like, I will stay perfectly hydrated thanks to Bella. Bella's making sure I stay hydrated. Back cowl, I guess we'll call it. It's not really a cowl. I mean, it's, you know what? It just, I'm gonna get rid of the, aliasing on that, and we're just gonna, let me grab that color. I think we're just gonna manually pop that in there. You're good at taking care of friends. You are. You're kind of goated. Let's do a lasso fill. because I can just pop in here and we'll just do one of these. And then we can make sure this is on the right layer and I can adapt it from there. So this is going to have to go in multiple pieces. So this is where it gets really complicated, and this is where you have to really be comfortable working with layers, because it's very easy to like lose track of everything. So this goes behind the neck and behind the face, but also behind like just that back part of hair. But you'll notice that like then we're gonna have to like build a section of this that goes in front of it. So I'm gonna go from back cowl to front cowl, and they're just gonna kind of mesh together, I guess. Let me color this actually. I'm such a weirdo. Like, I color code my layers because it's just easier for me to keep track of. You're confident you can work with layers. Ogres have layers. Onions have layers. Ogres have layers. Onions have layers. Science. It all makes sense now. What the fuck is the line art for this? Aha, where's the purple part? Where's the purple part? Are you gonna make me redraw this? I can, I just don't want to, you bitch. Okay. Well, there's the back of the head, so that's helpful a little bit. All right, let me hide the neck colors. Get all that shit done. And we're gonna go to lines. Cowl limes. We are not gonna clip that down. Back cowl. I am gonna take that color down a little bit so I can cowl line. There we go. Sly is an ogre confirmed. Ogres are cool. I'm down with ogres. I'm gonna be real. Ogres never been a concern to me. Me and the ogres are pretty good. If you have to ask me about mythical creatures that I have had run-ins with over the years, all right? You want some lore? You want a little lore? Here's the lore, okay? Ogres, I fuck with. Ogres are cool. Ogres are fine. I have no beef with ogres. Ogres are actually generally respectful as fuck. They don't care. They don't mess with my stuff. They've never messed with my stuff. Like, they're pretty chill. They're pretty chill. What are we making today? We are working on a PNG Tuber remix model, Wayno. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm overthinking this, though. Like, I don't think I need that. I just need to find where those fucking lines are on an old layer because I'm stupid and didn't write it down. And mark it. Somewhere here. I just gotta find it. Chest lines? Oh. Of course it would be the easy, obvious one. Why would it be anything other than the easy and obvious answer? All right, let's go up here to the cowl and take that, and then we'll hide what's underneath, and we can build from here. That's much easier. It's a hotter dress. Trolls, on the other hand, have I ever tried to cross a bridge without answering a riddle? You know, here's the thing. I kind of respect trolls. I honestly, there's one that I know. Trolls are pretty okay. They're only doing the riddle thing out of, honestly, some of them it's just tradition. Some of them it's just like this deep-seated thing that like they feel like they have to do, but the majority of them are just doing it because it's like they're just trying to like live their life, you know? They're just trying to do their thing. They're just trying to protect their space, you know? I know it's not great for adventurers and all that jazz, but like, I don't know. I kind of get it. I understand it. I understand it. Like, you do you, you know? Oops. I gotta get that lined up. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna call this back cowl, and we'll probably just mesh all of this once it's colored. I just really wanted that line to be consistent so that it's going to the appropriate place. Ooh, see, that's got to go behind that hair. It is behind that hair. Okay, we're okay. We're okay. I am going to bring that back there a little bit. And there. Thank you for the... Oh my god, you guys are killing the model challenge tonight. What the hell? We're at 54%. We're at 54%. Let's go. The show Troll Hunters Tales of Arcadia. You know, I've heard that's really good.
The lore. The lore, guys. The lore.
The lore. The lore. Speaking of the lore, we're watching FNAF for October movie night, so I hope y'all are ready for a night of Five Nights at Freddy's lore dumps, because MatPat is the bitch that raised me, okay? I know my Five Nights at Freddy's shit. Let's go. It's one of my favorite franchises.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Give me that Jenna Marbles energy. I'm honestly excited. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Wait, why do I have 2 layers there? You need to fuck off, layer. It's not about you right now. It's not about you either. Why did you duplicate so many times? You bitch. Okay, let me get that up and running. Okay, that looks good. That's about where we want it. I'm gonna come in and do this. And then what we'll do is we will add the additional cowl. Here's the back. I think I am gonna grab that color, and we are going to fill that in though. It's a little wonky. This is this like
anyone home? Couldn't help but clap that pheromone. Let me take that ass back to the comb.
show you how a real queen get it on. Thank you so much for the raid, Akira. Thank you so much. Welcome on in, Raiders. It's so good to see you. I am Beehive. You can call me Hive. I use they series pronouns. I'm a mythical, magical hive of bees from a storybook forest far, far away. And I don't like fairy godmothers, but that's a whole other story. How are you? How was your stream? Sly beat you to it. Sly beat you to it. How are you? Legacy. Oh, Castlevania. Good choice. This is a good time of year for it, I think. Like, why are there so many repeats of this fucking layer? What did I do? What? This layer needs to go away, and this layer needs to go away. And we're just gonna save it from there because I don't trust myself to stop making mistakes. Anyhoodle, I hope you had a wonderful stream. Was it a good time? Did you have fun? What'd you do? I'm gonna bring this in front. Okay, I am gonna hide those now. And we're gonna bring the rest of that cowl design forward. But I am gonna knock the opacity on this whole folder way down so that we can kind of see what the fuck we're doing. Do. We're working on a little PNG Tuber remix model. Got done with the stream. Would have had a few more raiders. Oh, don't worry about it. It is not about listen. We know for a fact that like Twitch's numbers are kind of like fuckity right now anyway. I'm actually dual streaming on YouTube this evening too. So, hello new viewer. So I'm testing streaming on YouTube tonight. We'll see how it goes. But no, I hope you had a good stream. I hope it was excellent. Raiders, if you need to raid and dash, please do so. Please take care of yourself. Go get a little bit of a treat. Go get a snack. Go take a breather. Step outside. Do what you need to do to take care of yourself. If you want to hang out, we're going to continue working on this PNG tuber. Didn't know I was here too. Yep, we're dual streaming, baby. I'm going to try it like one night a week to see how it goes. Shut up, Sly. You're so funny. YouTube chat is crazy. I'm gonna try and get like a dual chat thing going where I can see both chats on stream. When I do this, so we'll see. Tonight is just a test run, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I've had latency issues with it in the past, so I wanted to try it tonight and see how it would hold up. So far, it's doing the damn thing. All right, let's bring that back. And then for the front cowl, I'm just going to come in and we are going to color this in with the tools. The tools at my disposal. I am fucking this up royally. Go me. I'm going to have to bust out the pen. I need straight lines. It's the only time I need anything straight. Get it? Do you get it? Because I'm non-bi. Do you get it? Do you get it? Because I'm non-bi. Do you get it? Do you get it? Just making sure. There we go. All right, that is much better. Thank you, Aziz. Let's fill that in. I don't know what's happening with that purple situation. That's funky as hell. I don't know what I did there. We'll figure it out. So now we're gonna fill in all of this. So even though it's like 2 layers, it kind of becomes one big thing. It's complicated. It's, again, this is like that trust the process phase, which sucks and takes forever, and it can be very tedious. Thank you for the raid to the hive, Akira. We really do appreciate you. Hell yes. Sly, what is with those? I don't have my emotes on there yet. I still gotta put them on there. I have done like nothing with YouTube. I didn't want to like get super invested and do all that until I knew it was gonna work and I could actually hold the stream. Because in the past when I've tried, I've had so many issues. So this was just me testing. Now that I know, I can put a little bit of time into like adding more fun things for YouTube. Because I think I'm gonna do it. You post videos and shorts here, so I do use it. It's true, I do use it, just not to like the same. Okay, where the fuck is that purple? That's pissing me right off. I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find you, purple lines. Where are you? I'm going to delete you. Because you're terrible. Oh my fucking god, where did I even put these? I'm so confused. Boo, 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 boo. The frick, Dio? Where is that layer? We're gonna find it. We're gonna find it, and then we're gonna delete it with a dark vengeance. And this is where I sort through 800 layers and just try to find the one effect that I don't fucking want there. And I can't find it. That bodes well for me. It's not there. It's not there. Ah, it's on the neck layer. I see, I see. That's why. You evil whore. No, 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 no. I am gonna get rid of that. Okay, I'm gonna have to clean that up a little bit, I guess. Huh, that's fun. Okay, I don't quite understand what happened there, but you know what? It's fine, probably. It's fine. We can fix it. There's nothing we can't fix if we set our mind to it. There you go. I love it. Sly's just outright calling me a liar on my other platform. She's like, but you do, you liar. Liar. Okay, we're definitely gonna have to add some additional. Okay, if that's the front cowl, if that's the back cowl, and that's the back cowl lines, I can go front cowl lines. Message retracted. Who's retracting messages in my YouTube chat? You're the worst. That's funny. Be nice. Be nice, people. Let's see. What was I doing? Front cowl lines. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna try and just carry this over. Because if we set them on the same physics settings, it shouldn't be... Oh, yeah. This is gonna have to go in Oh, am I gonna have to do this in 2 pieces? No. Maybe? No. Okay, I'm overthinking it. I'm overthinking it. I'm overthinking it. There we go. There we go. Okay. I'm overthinking it. I'm overthinking it. This part is obnoxiously complicated. This is why I said, like, getting through, like, setting up the model for, like, rigging is the hardest part. This is, you ever wonder why PNG tuber clients or commissioner artists, riggers and artists, if you've ever wondered why it takes us so goddamn long and why we charge what we do, this is why. Because this stuff is complicated. And then if you add the whole concept of not just... Why is this not working? Are you good? You're okay. Why is that going all the way up there? I don't like that. Back cowl. Oh, it cut through the neck. Shit. That's what that is. Okay. We can fix that. This is why it takes so much time, guys. Is because this part is very complex. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. So if you have people that are like doing super simple things and they're basing it off of like a standard model that they have or something, That's fine. That's usually not too big of a pain in the ass, right? Like, that doesn't take quite the same amount of maintenance. Because you can just, like, copy and paste something. But, like, if you're starting from scratch, from a character design all the way down to, like, setting up your model, doing all of the cutting, all of the rigging, all of this stuff, like, this takes a lot of time. So if you ever wondered why artists charge what they do, this is why. Because it takes a lot of time and a lot of work and a lot of effort to put this stuff together. It's not easy. Front cowl lines. Let me make that smaller. There we go. I'm gonna put this up here. And then tap that into there. Perfect. There we go. All right, now we're getting somewhere. And this is like simple compared to what I have to do for like a live 2D model. Live 2D rigging is its own monster entirely, if you want my opinion. There we go. Add in 5 minutes, guys. Thank you, Draz. Thank you, Draz. Okay, this one will be easier to color. We can actually connect all of these. We can connect these. Y'all have to put a little bit of work into like getting my YouTube stuff set up so that y'all have some of those fun Hive emotes. And we can start working towards getting a bigger following on YouTube as well, because like, I'm gonna be real with you. I think I'm gonna start doing art streams as a dual stream. I think I'm gonna do art streams as a dual stream. Let's clear this. Okay, there we go. All right, now we have our layers that are starting to come together. Now it's starting to make a bit of sense. So here's what we're working with. From the top, we have, that's the lines. All right, so we have our back cowl, that back piece of the cowl. Okay, so that'll eventually be one layer. Then we have the neck and the shadows that go with the neck. We have the head, which is on its own, going to be on its own layer, because specifically we want to be able to add physics to it that are specific, because PNGTuber Remix has this ability to like follow. So if you watch what's happening with my eyes, it can follow the mouse. Now, because of where I'm situated on the screen, it is mirrored right now, but like I could fix that. So it is kind of nice. But we could also set individual physics to the head so that when the client talks, there's going to be a little bit of like bounce and squish of physics, just like you would with a VTuber. So this will move. These individual pieces of hair will move. This will move a little bit. I think I'm going to break this piece of hair into 3 different cut bits so that they each have like pendulum physics slightly that are all kind of anchored from right here, and that way they'll kind of swing and sway and bounce a little bit when he talks. We just want to add as much movement as possible to it, because that's what really sets it apart. And as we finish filling out all the individual bits, then we can start doing the rendering and kind of squish all that together. So the cutting is like the hardest part around the head and everything else. Once we get to the arms and stuff, it's not that bad, because you can usually just like kind of copy the whole layer and then like paste it and just pop it together. The body's the easy part, but that's also pretty true of VTuber models. If you look at most VTuber models, especially for live 2D, most of the detail is from the torso up, because when that gamer is gaming, that's all you're going to see, right? That's all you're going to see. I actually need to make myself a little bit bigger. I need to make myself a little bit bigger. I'm a little small. I'm a little small. There we go. That's better. That's better. That's better. That's better. Yay. 1 minute to ad city. I will probably pause for a minute during this ad break just so I can stand up and stretch. And I left my water downstairs and I'm almost done with my Sprite, so. I will probably step away for a short minute while we have the ad break. But we've got a lot done here. And what we should be able to do is render all of the eyes, and we'll work on rendering the mouth shapes as well tonight, because that's something that's going to take... I'll show you guys how phonetically we do that. If I can get like the head stuff done tonight, I'll be thrilled, because the rest of this will not take much time. This is where all the money is. All right, ad break time, guys. I'm going to step away for just a moment. Go ahead and get yourself a little drinky, get a snacky. Take a breather. I will be right back. I heart your faces. Don't go anywhere. We're going to keep on working on this art. It's not going to draw itself. My cat just grabbed my ass with her claws. Ow. Come here. Come here. You're so naughty. You're so naughty. So naughty. I know. What do you mean lucky cat? Ma'am, this is a Denny's. This is a Denny's. I do want to clean up this design a little bit here. So I think what I'm going to do... Where's the lines on that? Welcome back, everybody. You thought this was a YouTube, but it is a YouTube. I really need to get it so that like the YouTube chat is visible on screen. Holy shit. You're killing me, Smalls. That's so funny. Wait, where is that layer? Is it there? Oh, it's there. We're gonna grab all of these lines and we're gonna copy those over. Okay, because what we're doing is we are gonna do this. And I'm going to transform, free transform. All right, let's tweak this size. Woman? No. Can I do it to both? I can. Okay, so transform, free transform. Let's bring those lines in a little bit because I feel like they got lost in the sauce a little bit. They got lost in the sauce a little bit in translation. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna come in and clean this up. So we're gonna go top of head color and top of hair lines. Perfect. Perfect. All right, we're gonna clean this up. We're gonna tighten up some of this because these bang lines are going to shift a little bit. So I'm gonna come in, oops. We're just gonna fill this in. Fill this in. I think I'm gonna actually pull that back a little bit. We're gonna give you a hairline that's a little different because the bangs are just gonna sit in front of it. And mercifully, unlike me, we don't have to do toggles for the bangs. It's just gonna be individual layers. So that'll be a nice change. There we go. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Let's get this out of here. Let's just clean this up. And then I'm gonna come in and I am gonna do this manually just because I'm a picky bitch. I'm a picky bitch. Bueno. But this is the nice thing about this is we don't need every little line to be completely perfect because it is something that's going to be hidden. At least for a PNG Tuber remix model. If you were doing like a live 2D model, I would pay a little more attention to some of that. But this is also why so many VTuber models are very like soft lined. It really makes a big difference. And that's why so many use like really soft brushes. So I'm going to come in with my G pen and I'm going to make sure that line's clean. And we're going to add up here. Now, eventually, I will soften up these lines when we get to the rendering process as well, because I always do a little bit of like paint effect to add some detail here and there, because like there's something to be said about like the cell shade technique is really cool, but it doesn't always lend itself well to everything. So I've tried to find kind of a happy medium in my rendering style, and I think we're finally kind of like honing in on it, but I need to like soften these lines a bit because they're very crunchy. They're very crunchy after rasterizing. So I'll probably clean these a little bit more in the near future. So we'll tweak a little bit. Whee! Right now, though, I just really want to get the shapes in. How are we digging the music tonight? I kind of wanted a chill vibe and not... Wow, Cars. Sorry about your small penis. Jesus Christ. Did you guys hear that thing? I have really good, like, sound muting most of the time, and you can't hear that ambient bullshit, but goddamn, that was egregious. Thank you, Bella. Thank you for the redeem. I have hydrated. I am hydrated. I'm hydrated. Now I am using kind of a heavy-handed brush right here. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Now I'm gonna come in and hit the wrong button. I'm gonna take this hard brush and I am going to clean this out. And that way we can kind of like merge these together once we get the rendering on the hair done. Perfect. Okay, now the top of the hair, the top of the head, I should say, I'm gonna actually get rid of that line because we don't need it. Okay, I do see where I have to fill in a spot. This is why you never paint against a white backdrop either, because you'll miss those little gaps. There's a reason I always color very intentionally. Where is that fucking layer? Good God. This is the part I hate. I hate this part. All right, so we got our back cowl, lines, and piece. I'm gonna have to like clean that up a little bit when we merge it. Neck color, neck shadow, the head, skin, that little blush we got going on. We got that top of head hair, the lines, headlines. There it is. It moved. I'm like, you're in the wrong place. That's why it was visible. All right. So there we go. Now I'm going to look at this and make some small adjustments. I'm going to save. We're looking pretty okay. Once we merge things, like I'll get base shadows down, and then what we'll do is we'll merge and squish those bits. Then we can kind of tweak from there. But this is a really good opportunity to just make tweaks to your shapes if things are not looking the way you want them to look. So there's our front cowl lines. There's the OG hair, so I'm gonna knock that opacity down so we can just kind of see what's going on there. There's our lines. I'm gonna say copyable lines so that we know what that is. And then we've got, okay. So the back cowl, the neck, and the front cowl. That's all there. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Neck shadow, head skin, headlines, that top of hair color, and those top of hair lines. Let's do one more little tweak of the shape on this. I just want to like... Really? You bitch. I had selected both of you. I need you both to come to the party. I need them both to come to the party. If they're not both willing to come to the party, it's going to be a really boring party. Okay, so I don't want to go too far down on that. But I do need that height there. Okay. That. Subtle change, but I like it. Okay, we're good. Now comes the fun part. Do I need the front cowl right there? I guess I do. Okay, now we're gonna do the bangs. Let's get the bangs done. So this part should be a little bit easier because what we're gonna do is we are just gonna grab our selection pen and we're gonna go in and select just this part. We're gonna do a copy. Then I'm gonna go to the top of hairlines and I'm gonna paste that in. So you guys can see kind of like what we're doing, right? Like we're slowly but surely just making, think of them like almost like stickers. Layers are like stickers, kind of. I guess that's the best way I could put it. They're like little stickers. And we're just putting those stickers on top of one another. Does that make sense? They're like little stickers. It's like playing with stickers, but you're drawing the stickers as you're moving them. Which is kind of a pain in the ass. True. True. So this will soften up when we start doing actual rendering. Right now, I just want to get the pieces in place so that we can tweak it as needed. Yeah, see, I'm gonna have to move it slightly. And we're gonna have to tweak because we already have some clashing with where we've moved the hairline. But this is why it's important to kind of go in steps and not try to do everything at once. If you're trying to render and you're trying to do all this shit at one time, stop. Just stop. You're torturing yourself. You're making it harder on yourself than it fucking has to be. And you're gonna burn yourself out, okay? There's a reason sometimes if I'm working on a project, I have to leave it and just let it sit for a couple of days. I just have to. Like, it's not even a choice. It's just like, if I don't do this, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. I need this to be above the top cowl. See? Now this is why it's important to pay attention to where your layers are, because you're gonna start noticing all sorts of weird little inconsistencies. This is where it gets complicated. Some people have the capability of just like doing everything at once, and I just don't have that capability. I gotta go in layers right now and slowly but surely work our way up. But everybody kind of has their own way of doing this too. I just know what works for me. Okay, we're gonna take this set of bangs. So just this bit, and I think we're gonna play with it until the position is where I want it. See, now that is nice. That's gonna open up the face shape a bit. We're gonna widen that up a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Okay. We can soften those lines. So if they start getting a little bit janky, don't worry about it. We can decrispify them. We can actually, if you're really concerned about it and you want to like, let's say I want to like clean up those lines and soften them a little bit, you can actually go to filter and add a Gaussian blur, and that'll just soften them up right away. I'm going to undo that because I want the crispy right now, but so there's that section. Now I want to divide this into two different pieces. So I think we're going to come in here. And I'm going to just take a big old swath here. We're going to come right in here. There we go. I'm going to select both of those lines. I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste. I'm going to go back to those original lines and I'm going to delete them. And then pull them out. So now these are separated into two chunks of hair. Okay. Now the downside with this is now I have to clean this up because it's very messy. So it's almost like you don't want to go too crazy with like perfection with your inking when you're just designing, because you're probably going to soften it up and clean things up a little bit later anyway. Okay. But now this chunk of hair will have its own physics. I'm actually going to take this line out. And this. Why? Why are we not erasing? Why? There we go. Why? Why do you not want to erase? You want a color. Oh, there we go. Oh, I see. I see. It's the hair underneath it. Never mind. I'm on drugs. There's those copyable lines.
Save your darn art!
Thank you. I did. And then we're going to come in with this. Pew, baby, pew, pew, pew. Yeah, but this is why this stuff is so damn time consuming. It's a lot of work. So I'm going to actually float that over color-wise. And then I'll clean that up with my lasso fill. And that way there's a little bit of like overlap there that nobody will see. But the physics can kind of like swing back and forth. You guys it'll make sense in a little bit. It'll make sense. Okay, so there we go. We have one. Okay. I'm gonna call this side front bang. And this will be side outer hair. I'm gonna actually... I almost feel like at this point, I'm gonna just... Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, honestly. I'm gonna merge these selected layers. I'm gonna start actually like merging these layers because it'll just make more sense. A side front bang. Where the fuck did the color for that go? Top of hair. Let's do layer, merge selected. We'll call this top of hair. So we're just gonna start naming things. So there's the top of the hair. There's the front cowl. Ah, there it is, you bitch. You were hiding from me. I'm going to merge selected layers. Okay, and there we go. So now we can have these and they'll be ready to start adding color. So we've got the outer bang on one, that outer chunk of hair is going to be on one set of physics. This will be on another set of physics. I think I do want to bring this color over just in case, because I know myself better. And I know how rigging goes, and it's gonna cause a gap, and then I'm gonna get angry. There we go. Just in case, because that's something we can always tweak later. All right, so there we go. So now we've also got the top of the hair is good to go. Okay, I'm actually probably, once the face is rendered, I'm probably going to mesh that down to the hair, the face, so that all of those physics, you're the type of person who presses later about 50 times before I update. It's true. He does. It's coming though. Like I told him, like, by the end of the week, he's going to have this model in his hands. Like, it's happening. And the emotes I should be able to have done in a matter of a couple of days. So we're in the home stretch on Draz. It's just, this is the time consuming part. But it's kind of fun to like show you guys how the sausage is made. You know what I mean? So we got our front cowl. We got our top of hair. Got the back cowl. And then we've got... Where is... Those are hidden. Oh, we've got all of the back of head stuff as well. So that's the back of headlines. Oh, that's gonna have to come forward. Let's get those lines up. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, I do have to tweak this slightly. Still on Windows 10, so. You guys are killing me. You guys are absolutely fucking killing me here. So this has to go in front of neck. Oh no, it needs to be behind neck. Behind neck. Very behind neck. Where's that red? Where's that red at? We're gonna fix that. Where are you? You naughty bitch. You naughty bitch. Where are you? Oh. Oh, I see what happened. That neckline really got fucked up, huh? I'm gonna actually merge the neck together so that I can just fucking color it by hand. It's just easier. It's easier at this phase. There we go. Now I can do things and soften it directly, and I can always just clip down to the layer if I have to. That's much easier. Let's bring that down. That needed a little bit more depth. Okay, so here's what we're working with. I gotta clean up this hair. So I think what we're gonna do is this back of head layer. I'm gonna clean this up because we're not gonna actually need all of this. That's gonna be hidden and there's not gonna really be physics to that. So this will be static. And now that I'm looking at it, it actually needs a little bit more. We gotta bring it up there. So let's do that. This is where it's really nice to be able to just kind of like go with the flow and not feel super like stressed about it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna cut this section of hair and just put it on a separate layer so that it can have physics without me having to like mess with the rest of this. Because I don't want to fuck with that too hard. I like this line, and it's actually filled out really nicely, so we're just going to roll with it. And no one's really going to... It's not the end of the world. See how, like, messy it can get, though? We got to, like, clean this up a little bit. Because this is a little bit messy. So we're going to like bring these lines together. And I'm going to bring it back here. And we're just going to like soften this out a little bit. That was an intense zoom in. Now I want to figure out who we all are in Star Wars. Oh my God. Draz would go with Kanan Jarrus because absolutely my favorite. Tay, who would you be in Star Wars? Okay, who would everybody in chat be in Star Wars lore if you had to pick? I really like Draz. You made a good call with the hair, man. That looks good, brother. I'm gonna add the eyes back in just for the sake of seeing them. Come on. Let's bring this up over the face. Because the eyes are going to have to be done separately, which always makes it a little bit of a process. I am going to bring these up. Jabba the Hutt, Grot. Dewadawanga. The Jabba Nobata. Oh God, what did I do? Oh God, it's all wrong. It's all wrong. I regret everything. I'll wait until I can get all those layers together. That's too confusing. If you had your choice, you would be Poe. Sarcastic as fuck, but would die for my friend. Poe Dameron is goated as fuck. Let's be real. You're just saying that because you know I love Poe. First instinct is to say Poe Dameron. Poe is great. Poe is honestly Vader. Okay, wait. I have questions. Specifically Vader or Anakin?
Save your darn art.
I'll get there. Relax. I have questions. No, thank you, hounds. Thank you, thank you. All right, I gotta get the rest of this hair in place. Then we can move on to eyes and mouth, and I think we'll be in good shape. And then we just gotta finish rendering and pop this bad boy into PNG Remix and start animating. Pod Racer baby Annie. Watto's boy. Watto's boy. Fun story. I actually think Watto is unironically fucking hilarious. Like, I hate him, but like, oh my god. Just hanging out with your your freshly made 3PO. Watto is great. I think if I had to pick... merge with layer below. If I had to pick, honestly, for real, I'm an Ahsoka Tano. I'm an Ahsoka Tano because, what do you know? I'm gonna bet against you, Annie. He's such a stupid character, but I love him. Thank you. I will drink a Wouter. Thank you. No, Ahsoka Tano is actually my favorite Star Wars character. I love Ahsoka. I think she's goated. I think she's amazing. I think she was right. I would have been a Barriss Offee fan had she not gone completely batshit crazy. Where's the front cowl? Let's... Okay, that's gotta go in a different spot. Tech. That you're definitely Bad Batch tech. Abso-fucking-lutely. I think it depends on the day. Sometimes I'm in an Ahsoka Tano kind of mood, but most of the time I'm just Wrecker. I'm just Wrecker. You love seeing how the sausage cooks. I love this. Like, I need to get good at like watching two chats. It's kind of confusing. I'm not used to it, guys. I'm not used to it. I gotta figure out how to like integrate it, which I know I can do through slobs. I'll fix it. I'll fix it before next stream. I promise. I promise. I appreciate y'all's patience. I don't know that we actually need that peak of red over here. I don't think we do, dude. I think it actually took away from it. Yeah, maybe it does add a little balance. I don't like what's happening with the woo! What's happening with the cowl line, though. That front cowl line's gotta go. That's fine. I can clean that. We don't need that line. You can go away. I think I'm gonna actually bring that out a little bit more. I'll bring it out a little bit more. We're gonna fine tune that a little bit. Front cowl, I'm going to merge those layers. Top of hair, you're gonna wind up getting like smushed down. I still gotta add the other hair back too. Happy to train you to pay attention to me is fucking crazy. You would think that it would show both chats. You would think it would show both chats. OBS does. How dare? How dare? I'll figure it out. We'll make it better. We'll make it better in the future. I'll make it better. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. God, I keep losing my place. Okay, here's the back ponytail. Let's just merge that. And we can, I'm gonna call this top pony. And we're gonna get rid of this folder. And I will save my art. All right, so we have, that's much cleaner. We have our top ponytail, okay, and the rest of that hair is going to come down through here. So we're going to build, I think, 2 or 3 different pieces. We have the back cowl. I'm just going to merge that. There's no sense not to. Merge with layer below. There we go. And then we have the back of the head. We have the side hair, I guess we'll just call it. I don't know what to call that. Hi, Ace. Thank you. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. It's good to see you. We're getting through it. Oh, see? Yeah, that's gonna have to go above the front cowl. I'm gonna have to just make this one a little funky. It's gonna have to go above there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just cut that out. And it might just have really subtle physics to it. I need to actually make it a little bit more opaque so I can just like clean appropriately here. There we go. I'm being a little extra. We don't really need that piece, but I feel like it pops a bit. You know what I mean? Then we can actually bring it out a little bit more and add some really light physics to it. I do think it should be behind the head, but it's that front cowl piece. I think I just need to like treat what I'm gonna have to cut the cowl as 2 pieces. It's the only way that's gonna work. Okay, I can fix that. I can fix that. Where's our front cowl? The birthday song! Yes, don't worry. Hey, I know a certain someone's got a birthday coming up this Saturday, so there's gonna be more birthday song this week. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I hope you had a great birthday. I hope it was fun. I hope you had a lot of fun. Where's my front cowl layer? There you are, you bitch. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to that layer and we're gonna go to this layer.
Jesus, we were into this. How does it go again? It's like
No. No.
Please continue. Oh my God, Aaron. That's the whole song. Yeah.
Don't do it. Draz, I know you have the points. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. You don't have to pay me to do exactly that. I just do it. Where am I putting this? Hang on, I gotta think. I gotta think for a second. Give me a second to like lock in. It is a vocal stem. God fucking. I hate you. All right. Let me pause the lo-fi. Thank you, Ace. I'm just giving them a hard time for this. Oh God, I just lost what I was doing. Oh my God, I accidentally copied that like 200 times. Oh shit. That was funny. You know what? Party time, bitch. Ah! No! Taking that off. There we go. You get a hoagie for a little bit. Oh God, there's an ad break in 5 minutes. Do 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 do. Party time! I have totally lost control of what the fuck I was doing. Okay, wait. There's the side hair. Let's put that. What? What the fuck is that? What? What was that? What the fuck did I just hear? Oh, I see what I did. Y'all are insane. Oh, God. Where the fuck is this? There we go. We got it. Keep dancing, y'all. Happy Hive, happy Han Moon. You guys are ridiculous. I love it. Now that we've got that out of our system, do we feel better? Do you feel better? You feel better about it? Yeah?
My little soda pop.
Bobby, shoulders. Oh my fucking God. All right. Put the lo-fi back on. Y'all are... I'll snooze this ad break. There we go. Okay. Now we got that sorted out. So everything is in the appropriate space. Sly made you do it? Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. That tracks, dude. That tracks. The craving has subsided. Okay, let's get the rest of this hair sorted out. Let's do the other side of bangs. Now that we have this nice and orderly, everything's looking clean. We look good. Got you in trouble. What the fuck? You're not in trouble, Draz. Shut up. You're not in trouble. I am going to put all this in a folder, though, that we're going to call head. Head. Move. Go grab me a beer. Head. Head move. let's move all of this in here. And that way we can make that a little bit lower. Okay, perfect. There we go. All right, let's copy this section down and let's get these bangs ready to go. We are just going to, well, I'm being lazy. Hang on, I gotta make this brush smaller. There we go. Let's work smart. Not necessarily hard. There we go. And we are going to copy. Now we're going to hide those layers and we are going to paste it. Now I am going to bring this up, but we are going to... Oh, I gotta do it individually, huh? Okay. Well, fine, be that way. Nam the okay, because I miss ya. Aww. Wait, where'd it go?
Save your darn
There
art.
it is. It disappeared. Thank you for the redeem. I will save. I will save. I got it. I got it. You used mind control, Sly. What the fuck? Why are you using mind control? That's rude. Don't mind control him. Don't mind control my virus. I need him in one piece. Okay, hang on. I do need to bring the opacity up on this and then go into everything else. And drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Okay, let's clean this up and then we'll move it. And then we can do the same with the ponytail and merge those layers. And then we can start piecing together facial expressions. Clean that up a little bit. It's just easier to do this before you merge the layers. Like, I could be using the selection tool and just like deleting things, which would probably be a lot more exact, but I'm gonna wind up kind of doing a paint line art and changing all of the line colors anyway. So we're just gonna we're gonna freeball it. I'm a little lazy on this one. At least at this part. At least with this part. Let's rotate. Also, let's normalize rotating our canvases when we fucking need to, y'all. I'm so sick of watching people. Like, just rotate your shit. Control Z like the rest of us poor
Oh.
Op! Oh no, you know what that means. I heard the op. That could only mean one thing, kids. It's time for a Minnesota mom voice redeem. Akatsuki. Oh my goodness, my dear. Hello. Hello, my friend. Welcome in. How are you? Let's do a free transform. All right, we're going to do a transform and then free. And we're going to bring this over. Oh. Oh, but hear me out. Okay, that kind of does something though. That kind of does something for the angle of the face. I think that's a lot better. I do think I want to play with that a little bit more though. Free transform. Because I want that line there. But I think I'm going to bring this up and out. Thank you for the redeems. It's kind of giving, like, Genu energy a little bit. What's up with this Saja boy's hair I fucking gave you? Oh, I'm doing great, Ryuk. How are you? Welcome in. It's good to see you. We're getting some commission work done here. We're working on a PNG tuber for Draz. How are you? How's your day going? We're gonna put this line in front. So this is gonna kind of deepen the hairline a little bit, but I think it's a good move. Doing all right, playing modded 7 Days to Die. Oh, thank you for snoozing. Thank you for the snooze. I have no proof it was you. I have all the proof it was you. Guys, by the way, the Lego Model Community Challenge is officially at 58% raised. You guys are crazy. You guys are goated. You guys are goated. I might even make that a live 2D model. We'll see. If we get to that, I will either make it a really dope PNG Tuber Plus, or I'll make it a full VTuber model. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, there we go. There we go. I think that's kind of slaying a little bit. What do we think? What do we think? I think I'm going to split this into two so that this back piece has separate physics as well. So I'm going to merge that with the layer below. Snooze the ad to make up for the sandstorm. Ah, thanks, Draz. You're hilarious. Okay, I'm gonna call this front bangs. And then I'm gonna come through and we're gonna use a selection tool for this. Selection pen. And I actually want it to be smaller. Let me get up in there. Boy, I love when this thing is just like, hey, what's pressure sensitivity? We forgot her. We don't know her. Who's pressure sensitivity? We don't know her. There we go. We're going to pull this. I'm going to try to get some short form stuff done for you guys tomorrow as well. So I'm going to put this behind. Back. Front wings BC. And there we go. All right, now bring all of that back up. All of that. There we go. All right, so we've got all of that set. Heresy, the redeem slide. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time Twitch has pulled some bullshit, so, you know. Why does my ahoge keep going away? What do I keep pressing? Okay, let me move the eye layers and then we'll do the rest of this hair. Because honestly, cutting and rendering the outfit will take the least amount of time for me. I will probably do most of that off stream. This is where the complexity is. And I actually see some opportunity to make some tweaks with the eyes and stuff. So I'm going to move eyes, color. So it's all through here. Okay. Let's move all these layers. You were in call and you're doing well. Don't apologize. Don't apologize. Never apologize for that. You do what you gotta do, my friend. Let's put... Oh, it did not go where I wanted it all to go. Please. Please, Daniel. We can't keep doing this. There we go. All right, so here's our eyes. Now, with the eyes, this is where things get a little complicated, okay? So we have this color sample that I have in the middle. We're not going to roll with that. I just have it there for the time being because I was playing with some color methods. I think we're going to go with like his classic Okay, but what I do want to do for shits and giggles as like basic eyes, we are going to go ahead and merge the selected layers. And the reason being, we don't have to worry about this the same way that we do if we were doing a VTube Studio model. All right, we got an ad break in about 45 seconds, so you guys have been warned. I'm so sorry. We've snoozed several. I am going to tweak the shape of this just a little bit. And bring it down a skosh. And in. Now that, I think, looks a little bit better from a position. Now, the best way to tell if it actually is where you need it to be is to do a little flippy dippy on your canvas. So we're going to reverse it. Oh, see? Actually, I love the way that spacing looks on the opposite side. That looks crisp, dude. I think I'm just going to do a little tweaking of this one. I know the brow line is off, but don't worry about that. We'll fix that. I think I am going to widen and bring that in just a little. Yeah. See what I mean? Like, that just pops. That pops. And this is the best way to tell. Yes. Okay. Okay. We got it. Ooh. What a hottie. What the fuck? Did I cook or did I cook? Did mommy cook or did mommy cook? Holy shit. What the fuck? Where'd those brows go, though? Okay, well, you know what I did do that I didn't think about? We're going to... Oh. I'm gonna get rid of the brow lines. Hey, yo, what them eyebrows do? I'm gonna fix the eyebrows because those need to be cleaned the fuck up a little bit. But what I like about this is we're gonna have a lot of opportunity to clean that up. Those brows definitely need to be changed in shape, so we're gonna do a free transform. Why is that layer so fucking cute? You know what? I don't even like those brows. Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, why does he all of a sudden look like Don He looks like a fucking Fern Gully character all of a sudden. What the shit did I do? Let's bring those back. I am going to use them as a guide, but we are going to change the shape a little. Because here's the thing about PNG Tuber. The brows are actually going to have to be on a separate layer. Now, I do feel like I'm going to tweak that a little bit. Yeah, let's get rid of that. I don't like that. I like this better. Now, I'm gonna flippy. This one looks great. This one, not so much. I'm gonna do a little bit of tweaking just with the shapes. Transform, free transform. We're gonna tweak it a little bit. Okay, Draz, hear me out. The face shape on this, it kind of looks like Valentine from Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. like unexpectedly. Like I say that lovingly because I actually love him. Let's shorten that. Am I wrong? Okay, the brows needed to be toned down a little bit. That is so much fucking better. I gotta fix that line on the face a little bit, but that looks a lot better. I think I'm gonna make that just a skosh thinner. And then we'll do a little testaroonie. Okay, that looks better. I just gotta fix that. Is that on the headlines? No. It's on your face. It's on your face. Ba, 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 ba. Dun, 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 dun. If you guys were a Miyazaki character, who would you be? Who would you be? Okay, that actually does kind of cook. I'm okay with that. Okay, mommy kind of cooks. Mommy kind of cooks. Mommy kind of cooks. Let's see. Where'd those brows go? You can't hide from me. What fucking layer are you on, you bitch? There you go. We are going to be lazy about the way that we fill these because they are going to have to just get colored over. So that's fine. And then we'll go in with our G pen and redo that. Hive says refer to me as Art Mama. I am your Art Mama, your Art Daddy, your Art Gunkle. I'm the cool aunt, though. I like to think. I used to get in a lot of trouble with my sister-in-law because, like, I would bring... Draz and I would bring copious amounts of sugar for the nieces at holidays, which would piss off family so bad. So bad. Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks for bringing... Thanks for going to Cracker Barrel and getting the sugar daddy that is the size of a fucking cricket bat. You're welcome. Enjoy it. I hope that they get you up at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. I hope they get you up at 4 o'clock in the morning. My only regret was that, like, those girls were so young well before, like, the Frozen craze or anything like that. Because that would have been so fucking funny. The way we could have gone so hard on shit for those girls. Draz, they never would have forgiven us. The family would have, like, disowned you. Your sister would have thought it was fucking hilarious, though. Your younger sister would have thought it was very funny. The siblings. Siblings, siblings. This is my sibling. I have no siblings. That's probably for the best. I don't think that bitch cakes who birthed me ever should have had a kid in the first place. I mean, I'm glad I'm here and all that jazz, but, like, damn, that woman, she made some fucking choices, you know what I mean? I'll clean up this eyebrow later. But I wanted to get that shape down. All right, I think we're cooking. I think we're cooking, guys. What do you think? You don't know? Oh, it's funny. Heard the kiddos love sugar, so you got them sugar, covered in sugar and flavored with a touch of sugar. As it should be. That's the natural order of things. I know. Isn't he looking good? Like, we cooking. We are cooking. We've gotten so much done, too. So we are at the point where, like, most of this is going to be ready to render. I got to get the rest of the hair up and running here. So what I am going to do is we're going to come to this head folder. And I'm going to turn that down. I am going to put the brows and the eyes in their own folder because you have to do them separately for PNG Tuber. So what we'll have to do, and this is why it's really important to think about the shape, is his blinking motions. I'm going to have to like make sure that when it's blinking, it's actually layering on top of this. So all expressions that we give him are going to have to link in with this style. Now I am going to redo the pupils. This is just a placeholder for now. So, but it's a nice way of like keeping that color there so that we know exactly what's up. Let's get the rest of this in there. Why did you do this? Eyes. Okay, there's the eyes. There's the brows. Let's knock the opacity on those. And let's copy and get the rest of this hair done. Now, I'm going to splice it from right about here. And we're just going to come down and grab all of this with the selection pen. Okay? And we're going to do a copy. I'm going to immediately hide those layers. We're going to deselect. And then I'm going to come back into the hair layer. Lift up that opacity, and I'm going to do a paste. Okay. I'm going to go to everything underneath it, and I'm going to manually drop the opacity a little bit so that I can just cleanly see what I'm doing. Okay. So we have this. Why did it not select both? You bitch. Oh, that was the worst. Okay, let's try that again. Oop. Copy. All right, there we go. Now I got those. Now I'm going to take these out of this folder for now just because it'll make it easier. Okay. So I think I'm going to have to like tweak. I'm going to have to like free transform this edge in just a little. And I'm going to come in and clean up these lines because I don't need these right here for now. That's fine. We can always clean that up. Now, what I am going to do is come in with the airbrush on a nice soft brush. We're going to bring it down in size. And we're going to soften up everything here. So that this just kind of softly blends into the top part of the pony. Okay. And then we're going to come over here and clean that up. Now, the reason I'm doing it this way is so that I have some time to make sure that that's blending appropriately. But I'm also going to be coming in and splicing this into a few different chunks, so to speak. So I think what I'm going to do, I've got that saved. I'm going to merge these layers. And that way we can kind of just select in individual chunks. And I'm actually seeing inconsistencies in some of the plates that I drew in, like the platelets. So we're gonna change those, because that's something we can clean up with shading, especially when you start adding. There we go. See how that's just a little cleaner? All right, so that gives us a bit more to work with. So now I don't have to be as exact when I'm cutting. This is where it can get really frustrating, because you'll feel sometimes like, if you're one of those people as an artist that you're like, oh my God, it has to look right the first time. I don't like the in-between process. I don't like the concept of like trusting the process. I want it to look the way I want it to look right out the gate. Why isn't it perfect? I'm just gonna say, if you can't get past that, model rigging may not be for you. I say that lovingly. Like, I don't ever want to discourage someone from trying something, but trusting the process is kind of dumb. No, it's not. It's part of the process. It's a good thing
Pussy
for you.
ass, punk ass, motherfucking bitch.
Rude.
Fucking crybaby ass bitch.
Yo.
Whining ass, fucking baby ass, baby back
Rude.
bitch. Stupid ass piece of shit.
Bitch. Why are you so mean to me? What the fuck, Dio? Have trust in myself as an artist. Wild. Yeah, you do. You should. The timing on that was fucking insane. The timing on that was absolutely diabolical. Absolutely diabolical. What the actual hell? Y'all are savage. What the fuck? Y'all are savage. Absolute insanity. I'm gonna cut this. No, I need it thinner. I gotta go in with that. Okay. Yes, this part. There we go. Okay. Okay. Oh, we got it. 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 Let's do a copy. Delete. And then we'll do a Control V. We'll call this front pony layer. So that'll get colored on its own. And then this. Oh, you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to split that into 3. I'm going to have to split that into 3. I can tell. Okay. Let's clean that up so that it goes up into the next section. Lasso fill. We love the lasso fill tool. She's a beaut. She's a beauty. She's grace. She's beauty. She's grace. She falls right on her face. I'm popular. I'm cute. Here we go. All right, let's get that cleaned up. See how that edge is just like not working? It's not doing what it needs to be fucking doing. We're gonna go in with that. And that can kind of overlap. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. So now what'll happen is we can build a point, like an anchor point for these individual pieces that's set right around there. So every time he talks, they'll go up and down, but they'll also have this kind of gentle, like, pendulum kind of motion. After stream, you left me a message in DMs. Oh, okay. I'll check it out a little bit later. I'll check it out. It's kind of hard to check right now, so I'll take a look a little bit later. A little hard to break away while I'm drawing, especially when I'm trying to like... I've been really locked in tonight, so... Which is good, which is good. I need to be locked in sometimes. Okay, let's go in and grab... I'm gonna hide that. Let's go in and grab this. No, I don't need all of that. Let's just do this like front portion here. There we go. Let's do a copy, delete, deselect. I'm gonna call this lower front pony. I gotcha. Okay. Let's update that. And then I'm gonna come in and tweak this a little. And then I want to start sketching out the rest of his eyes as well. All right, we're just gonna like soft layer that in. We're gonna soft layer that. Perfect. And there we go. All right, so now we got that front pony layer, we got the lower pony layer, we got the copy portion of it, we got that mid section. That's all together. I just gotta get that line cleaned up a little bit. It's a little messy. We're gonna do some painting cover on some of this. All right, there we go. All right, now we're gonna come in here. We're gonna up that opacity. And congratulations, all of the pieces of our head are now cut. So, locked in and looking good. Thank you, Sly. Appreciate you. I am gonna go down here. Now, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna add just base shadows. Actually, you know what? No, before we do that, let's get the eyes. At least like the shape of them. Because here's what's funky about doing eyes. I'm actually learning when I'm doing PNG Tuber Remix, you don't just want to do the eyes. So I'm gonna like sketch these out so that we have them in place. Okay. So if these are his regular eyes, the closed, I'm gonna want to come down like this so that when his eyes are closed and he blinks, it's gonna look really natural, right? So something like that, okay. I'm actually gonna go back and do that with a pencil so that it's a little bit easier for me to black sketch it. Where's my mechanical pencil? Where's my mechanical pencil? There we go. There we go. So what we're gonna do is just follow the natural curve of that lower lid. And I'll add like a few lashes. And then like the lids. So that when his eyes are closed, it'll look a little something like this. But what's interesting is when you do PNG tuber models like this, you're gonna, if you want to do toggles, so like Draz, how many expressions are you planning on having? Like several, right? So what we're going to have to do is for each of these, I'm going to have to also build the skin around those eyes, because otherwise it's just like a transparent line, so it's not going to do much. So that's why you kind of do the skin as its own separate thing, and then you have to match that skin tone to those closed pieces. So we have like closed eyes. So when he blinks, it'll be boop, 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 right? Something like that. Let's do like an angry.
Bees!
That's me. I'm bees. So now that doesn't look like much, but when the brows come down, actually, that's going to get smaller too. Angy. Okay. But you just want to make sure that it's kind of like placed over everything. You need to get some work fast, hire the almighty bees to do the thing. So we'll talk about expressions because that's something we can always add as we go too. But that's kind of like how they work. So they're going to have to match the exact eye shape. We'll do like some angry. And then for the mouth, now this is where I may have to reshape the mouth a little bit and where it sits. So let's figure that out. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Because there are a list of phonetics that you have to use. So let me show you guys what this looks like, okay? Because this gets funny. Looks fine. Yeah, it looks fine, but so here's where this gets funky, okay? So when you're doing a PNG tuber remix model, the positioning on it I'm happy with. However, much like with a VTuber model, you have to consider what this looks like when you are building the sprite sheet for the mouth. So if you notice with my model, what's happening is it's not just like 2 or 3 frames. There's a series of phonetic like shapes to what I'm doing. And PNG Tuber Remix uses a lip syncing technology. So let me see if I can grab all of my phonetics. Here we go. So here's all of the phonetics that I had to build out for my current model, okay? So these are specific phonetics, and you have to make sure that like they line up appropriately, right? And when I did these, I realized, oh, they weren't really working well, and it's because I didn't consider the mouth shape and how they have to read. So you have to aim for certain what they call phenoms. And you have to do them separately and then build a sprite sheet out of it. So this is what my sprite sheet for my mouth looks like. So these are all specific vowels and readings and word shapes, and you plug it into a specific program. And that program generates this sprite sheet where it connects all of these phonemes specifically to the lip sync program. And that's how the PNG tuber is able to read and more closely match what I'm actually saying without using tracking of any sort with a camera. It's purely based on what's coming out of my mouth. So the slower I talk and the more clearly, the more accurate it is. But it is pretty dang accurate. So what we need to do is we need to build out mouth shapes for all of these for Draz. So there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe there's 8 total. So I have a separate phenome sheet with the g, the t, u, ul, s, ch, and then the shut on separate layers. So that's what we're going to have to do for Draz. And then I'll have to pull all of those. You save them as PNGs on their own, and then you have to upload them into the program to make a sprite sheet. That sprite sheet then gets loaded directly into the appropriate program so that it is all set up in the right order, and then that gets plugged in with your model so that it can appropriately read all of your vowels and all that jazz. That's how it works. It's kind of neat tech, actually. I like it because I still think it's like a lot more freeing than having to use a camera all the time, honestly, which is still fun. And I do still plan on eventually having full-blown VTuber rig, but that's down the road. I really wanted to learn this tack because I thought it was cool, and it's something I really enjoy. So that's what we're going to have to do with his mouth. So what I'll probably do, it's going to be easier with this as opposed to with me. I have a weird shaped mouth on my model because it's very cat-like, very Steven Universe adjacent. There's a lot of comical expressions that happen. So it do be like that sometimes. So I think we're just going to leave this for now. So let's go down. Let's finish cleaning up some shit.
Save your darn art!
Good call, thank you. I did. Now, I did notice I have some inconsistency to my line colors here. So I'm gonna go in and clean this up. Now that it's all on just that layer, I can be a little more liberal with it, not have to be quite so exact. Now I am going to do a copy, and I think for the sake of everything, our light source is like right here. Okay, so that's what we're thinking is, so most of our shadows are going to be back here. The nice thing about a PNG model, oh, excuse me, you can take some liberties with things. It's not the most egregious. Let's get those eyes kind of sopped up here. Oh my god, I just realized it's playing Pokemon. Oh my god, Streamlabs! Yay! Synopsis! 2 blind guys were about to fight. I shouted, I bet the one with the knife wins. Both started running away. Spoiler! They're both Daredevil. Oh my god, dude. How are you? It's good to see you. I hope you're having a good day. Thank you for the bits. Okay, let's go in with our lasso fill. Does Draz need a bald toggle? Draz, do you need a bald toggle? Is that a thing we have to make happen? Do you need a bald toggle? Why is that so muddled? Ew, I don't like that color. It's kind of a pain in the ass to do a bald toggle, actually, with PNG Tuber Remix. I can if we need to. Okay, I am going to come in and do this. Ooh, that looks good, though. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Now, what's funny is like a lot of the stuff that I would normally go all out and start like shading, I don't want to do because we're just, a lot of the expressions and pieces are going to have like overlay kind of effect. I feel like this is not, I know you want to be pale, but like, my guy, there's limits. There's limits, dude. I don't. Needs a little warmth. It definitely needs a little warmth. No, it is not. Jazz is like, no. Absolutely fucking not. No bald toggles. Fuck you, Hive. Now, I am gonna do kind of an orange overlay. I think that looks much better. That's much better. Where's the neck? Where did I put that neck layer? Where's your neck, sir? Let's bring a little bit of that warmth into there, huh? Just a little bit. That's just a lot warmer. I think that's better. I think that's a lot better. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay. Now, this kind of like blush layer that we had going. Oh. Why? Okay, well, it goes away. We'll add it. Mood and correct opinion. Bald is crazy. I mean, so's Lego, but y'all never shut the fuck up about that. So what am I supposed to do with that information, yo? I think I am gonna add a little to here. No, actually, I need to keep that clean now that I think about it. What if I do a little warmth around there? And then we clean this. Whoa, what did I do? No. Let's clean that up. We don't need that there. Let's do a little airbrush. There we go. Now we're starting to come together. We're starting to come together. Okay. We are going to do a little render about it. So let's just bring those together. Okay, you need to go and merge yourself with that layer. So this is going to be called head. Head. Now, here's my secret sauce. We're going to go into this dark purple. Where's the neck? Where's your neck? Let's also layer that down. Okay, we're going to call that neck. Now we're going to add a little bit of like shadow render to that area. And what I like to do is pick a nice deep purple. We're gonna go to multiply. And we're gonna choose a really soft airbrush. You could use like a texture for this if you want to. We have hair so we don't look bald. I mean, baldness is fine. I don't have a problem with baldness. I have a lot of friends that have no hair. And then we are going to drop that opacity a little bit. And then we'll do the same thing here with the face. And we're just going to add in those areas where the shadow would be. And then we're going to drop that to a multiply layer. And then like drop that opacity. And you see how that automatically just adds a little something? Right? So now we're going to do another layer, and I come in on this nice kind of saturated purple. We're going to set that as a screen layer, and then we're going to also clip that down. And that is how you get all of your warm, glowy bullshit, right? So I like to come in and do this on the edge of the face, on the top of the nose. And now this is going to be extra cool because he's an AI. So this kind of adds a little something. I gotta fix that line. I don't actually like that line. That line pisses me off. Line, can you please fuck off? Can you please fuck off? Can you fuck that right off? Can you go to the fuck store? Can you go to the fuck store? Can you? No, you cannot. And like, here's the thing about that effect. We can carve that down so that it's only showing right where we want it to be. You can get really granular with that and like hone it in. But what I also love about it, more than anything, if I'm honest, is that we can also use it if you're doing rendering work at the end portion of like a color. You can come in with like a nice warm on that same screen layer and airbrush some nice warmth like onto your character. So like if I wanted to, I could come in and just do what did I do? Hang on. Clean that up, please. Thank you. So yeah, you can... Oh, I'm on the erase layer. No wonder. So you could come in and make that pink a screen and use it to add some warmth to your character. See what I mean? So you can do a lot. It'll just like brighten the skin. You could go with something darker. Really whatever you want to do. So we'll probably do a little bit more of that when we get further into this nonsense. But I think for now, that's pretty tight. Let's do a little top of hair shadows. Just for some shits and giggles. I think I'm going to bring this down. Let's just do a little lasso fill and clip it below. I think it's got to have a slightly looser angle like that. Yes. That is the energy we need to bring to the function. We need a bit more there. I don't like this color, actually. Oh, you're gonna make me go through, aren't you? Nom. Where are you, color layer? You bitch. Where did I put you? Where did I put you, color samples? Aha. Aha. You thought you could run from me, you silly bitch. Let's go in with that. Okay. Top of hair. Let's try that again. I'm gonna wind up redoing a lot of the line work anyway. That's why I didn't try really hard to like clean this up. So let's just get that color in there. Yeah, see, that's a little more muted, but I kind of like the look of that better. I think when we add gradients, that's just gonna look better. And we'll be able to add some nice softness to this. Which I think will make a big difference. There we go. Noise. I'm gonna come in with my G pen and we're just gonna do a little manual whoopsie-doos here. We do have one more ad break starting, so I'm gonna let this one run because we're gonna keep going for a little bit, just for a skosh more, because I want to see if I can get some of this done. I do think we've made really good progress tonight, though. Like, not mad at the progress at all. Let's see, we can kind of come in and just go over some of that really sloppy line art from the transition. This is like the beautiful part about like doing stuff like this is where it's really beneficial for you to like understand how to paint and how to use different brushes and stuff, because it can save you a lot of time in the long run. And this will be behind his other hair too, so we don't need to be, you know, they're not gonna really see this. This is more just for reference. Is there rating in the YouTube world? I don't think there is. I'll have to look more into that, actually. I'll have to start like researching a little bit more about streaming on YouTube. I've never been able to make it work before. So this is the first night I've been able to actually like make it work appropriately. So I'm really happy that like we've been able to like stream tonight and kind of like have that work well. All right, there we go. So now you guys can kind of see what I mean when you start working on like rendering of things. So I'm gonna come over and we're gonna add some darker hair on the same layer. There we go. Yeah, I'll have to see. I don't watch people on YouTube. I watch like occasionally. There are some people I watch, mostly like HoloLive folks, because a lot of the HoloLive VTubers are all pretty much exclusively YouTube. Like they'll do an occasional thing on Twitch, but like YouTube's where a lot of the Japanese VTubers kind of like cut their teeth, so I think it's kind of the norm. I know it's where talent like Saba are all the time, Mori Calliope, Narissa Ravencroft, stuff like that. Like they'll do a lot on YouTube. I do have a couple of friends that have been streaming more on YouTube just because of the consistent fuckery that seems to be impacting all of us in the Twitch world. Ad starts in 39 seconds, y'all. Just a heads up. What the fuck is this layer? Where am I? There we are. I found it. I'll have to see if I can ask Clark some questions because he's been here more on YouTube. He's been more on YouTube. There's a few other folks that have been doing multi-streaming as well in the VTuber space. People that I actually really enjoy watching. Okay, so there's that. Now, if I go to that and I also use that gradient, you see what I mean? How that just... That's kind of fire. If they keep it up here, I'm going to make an account on Blue Twitch. I've thought about it. Because God knows I'm not going to fucking Kick. Not a chance. You won't catch me on Kick. I'll quit streaming before I go to Kick. Absolutely not. That is not my platform. I will never be a Kick streamer. I'm happy to like engage on YouTube a little bit more and start trying to grow a bit of an audience there. But yeah, it's really disconcerting, like the stuff that's been happening, and I know it's impacting so many people. All right, we're gonna come in and do a little top line cleanup here, and then we'll do a little render work on this layer. See, the coloring pieces, once you kind of like have it down, they're not bad. They if you're comfortable with coloring this part, honestly, I feel like it can go pretty quickly. It just depends on your comfort zone and how you feel about kind of like letting go of perfection and learning to do more like painterly approach, which for some people is really hard. It's kind of a newer concept even for me. Not my go-to, you know? I like bold strokes. I like just dynamic, you know? Oh, I see some icky in there. Top of hair. Oh, baby. We gotta clean those lines up. Let's just come in and fix those, shall we? Shall we? All right. That looks pretty tight, though. Okay. All right, there's our top of hair. Do, 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 boo, boo, boo. I think I am going to just merge those. Layer, merge selected. And there you go. Bald, not bald, bald, not bald, not bald, not bald. Front cow lines. Let's just bring that up. That's fine. Side hair. This will be easy. This won't take long. We're just gonna drop that down. Ad break is starting, guys. Just heads up. I need a bigger brush. Let's do one of these. There we go. That back of head needs a little as well, so let's just pop in there and add that as well. Okay. No, Navi, you listen, you bitch. Tell me what to do. I am gonna follow that. And I think we're gonna come in and do some of that. And don't worry, like some of these lines are gonna look a little wonky until we get to a point where we're finishing up. I think that's really normal. Super duper normal. Now that might look really dark, but don't sweat it. Because now we have our neck rendered, we have our face rendered, our head rendered. Let me do one more thing. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter or Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. All right, let's come in and we're gonna do this manually because I'm gonna get a bit more freedom if I do it this way. There we go. There we go. Draz, what are you thinking so far, bud? It's gonna be like, it's awful. I fucking hate you. It's terrible. It's the worst. It's the worst work ever. It's terrible, absolutely terrible. You should retire. The worst. They keep it up here. What is kick? Okay. How do I put this? Kick is Twitch for incel assholes. It's an alternative streaming site that looked promising at first and then wound up being incredibly problematic. It is where kind of the Thank you for the redeem. Thank you for the hydrate. I will hydrate. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, it's... I put that so carefully. Yeah, no, it's run by a crypto gambling site. It's where some of the most problematic streamers in the world have wound up. I actually have had to encourage friends of mine not to stream there. I mean, people got to do what they got to do. I mean, get your dollar, I guess. But I just ethically disagree with so much of their business model. I ethically disagree with their shoddy rules and some of the people that they have allowed to make a primary platform there are just not the kind of people that I want to be aligned with. Just not my thing. So needless to say, I will not be going to Kick. You decided to work on some art stuff and disassociated. I think a disassociation is a good thing sometimes. It can be. Yeah, don't want to be there. That no, you really don't. I had a couple of acquaintances that were deeply considering going there, and they were like, I'm thinking about doing this, and I was like, I'd love to explain to you pitch why I don't think you should. Especially as people who were very forthcoming about their feelings on like issues of social justice. I just don't think it's ethically where I want to wind up. I would literally, if it was the only option, I would quit. I would just quit. I would go back to podcasting or something. I would be like, we're done here. We're done. There we go. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Let's do another layer here. And why did that come over so far? Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm just on drugs. Not enough, but you know. Drugs. What art were you working on, Bella? What were you working on? I feel like art and disassociation is kind of my go-to lately. I'm just like, or just like a comfort game, because sometimes I do just need a comfort game. I'm kind of getting stoked for the Coral Island update, because they're adding a lot to that. I am excited. All right, let's add a little shadow. And then we're going to go in and do one more layer. You want sleepy tea that isn't chamomile. I am a big fan of Chinese tea. With what's the one I get? I don't want to clip this level. Let us not clip that. I'll have to like take a photo and like send it to you, Sly. I don't know what it's called. It's like a powder mix-in tea, but it is tea, but it's Chinese. I get it locally. It's non-caffeinated. It's herbal. But it's very soothing. It's very soothing. I actually drink it a lot in the winter because I get sick pretty easy in the winter, depending on. Hopefully that won't be the case this winter. I've been in pretty good shape. I was a grown-up and I scheduled my full physical. So it's like right after Thanksgiving. I'm so pissed off. Like right after Thanksgiving, I have to go in for like a full fucking physical. I gotta have like my cervical cancer screening, and I gotta schedule a colonoscopy. So excited for that one. So excited. Oops. I went a little overboard with that line, huh? There we go. Oh, the Bella and Rose art you've been working on. Oh, very cool. I had your earlier this year. Chamomile lavender, and tried so hard to like it, but you don't. Chamomile, is it the chamomile or the lavender that's like throwing you for the loop because I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Asking for a friend. Is it the chamomile or the lavender? Because both can be a little much. They can both be a little off-putting. Lavender is a very strong flavor. It's not for everybody. There we go, Draz. You're putting so much honey in it. Honey's only gonna do so much to help with masking flavor. You got the lavender in an attempt to help. Is it the chamomile that you don't like the flavor of then? Are we not a chamomile fan? There we go, Draz. How's that sitting with you, buddy? How's that sitting with you? You like it? You're good with the colors and everything? Okay. Ugh. This is why so many VTuber models are like softly painted, because it's a lot easier to like mesh these things. It's brutal. Oh, chamomile's just not your flavor. Yeah, I can get that. It can be... Chamomile can be a very strong flavor. It can be kind of off-putting. There's a specific chamomile that I do enjoy, and I can't remember which one it is. I used to fuck with Celestial Seasonings until I found out they're like a weird cult, and then I'm just like, okay, we're just not gonna fuck with them anymore. Like, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need that. Thanks. When I found out about the, oh, I did that backwards. Fuck me. Okay. When I found out about their weird cult shit, I was just like, I'm good. Thanks. Are your options cults and conglomerates? I do have a suggestion for you. If you want to look into good teas, are they still running? Is Adagio still running? Adagio Teas is an organization. I used to actually have a tea on Adagio for my dance group. We had our own tea. It was delicious, actually. It was really good because I like flavor profiles and I like messing with that stuff. But they are all like independent teas where you can like build your flavor profile and it goes to charity. So everything that's made there is all like fan groups or like dance groups or whatever, and or creators.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hello, motherfucker. And the stuff goes to charity, which is pretty cool. How you doing, hounds? Let's see. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I always enjoyed their teas. There was a yoga group that I was friends with the person who started their group back when I still participated in white yoga, which I don't anymore. Not my thing. But no, like she was always very like chill about it and cool. So, but she had an amazing flavor that they did, and it was all about like raising money for charity. So Adagio has some really, yeah, I'll send you that link for sure. I always really enjoyed their stuff. I thought they had really tasty teas. There were a few that I was deeply in love with, and usually when you order, they'll send you like samples of other ones too, so you can try them. So they'll give you these like little tins. And they are loose leaf. So they're mostly like loose leaf teas. So you have to be able to like brew loose leaf. But if you're okay with that, I'll send it to you. I'll have to see if there's still a thing. I really enjoyed the stuff though. I would make some honey drops tea. I would love to make tea. I actually really enjoy tea. As much as I am a coffee bitch, I do drink a ton of tea, especially in the winter. Especially when it gets really cold here. I'll have tea with me pretty much every night when I'm streaming. It's just a thing. I always have tea when I'm streaming in the winter. Because it's just easier on my system. Beep, boo, beep, boo. Baby, beep, boo, beep, I kinda fucked this section up. That's too dark. I don't actually want to do that. Let's just add a little shadow. And then we'll come in here and we'll add more. Oh, hello, tinnitus. Why do you hate me? Why? Why is my tinnitus going off so bad this week? I've been having really bad tinnitus attacks. It's like, could we don't? Could we don't? I'd love that. I'm gonna have to add a thin line on top of that because it's doing a dumb thing. You have to get an infuser. They're cheap, but good ones for loose leaf tea. Yeah, you can get really cute infusers. Really inexpensive. Like they're not hard to come by. We have several. But that's mostly because every winter I'm like, oh look, there's a new one. This one looks like a duck. This one looks like something like a kitty cat is sitting in a hot spring. I want this one. Okay, hear me out, Draz. You're kind of like Shadow the Hedgehog colors here, dude. We're kind of invoking. We kind of wound up going with. You got your Aries crossover without even like realizing it, bruh. It's true though. I think I am gonna widen that. Something about that line was just not aligning. Are you okay though? You're happy with the colors and all that jazz? I just want to make sure before I get too much deeper. We're definitely getting closer to like home stretch shit here though, dude. This tonight was the worst of it. This is always the absolute worst of the process is this. There we go. You're good? Okay. I own several myself. My mom did that to me, though. I had 2 cat ones, a wiener dog one. Yeah, we've got, I think, a few. We've got like a classic ball one. I think we have a spoon one. We've got one where we have a couple of like kitty cat ones, I think. And then I think one that's like a penguin. And I'm obsessed with like coffee mugs. Like, I love coffee mugs. I've had to, like, set a rule that, like, no more coffee mugs. Unless we are 100%, like, not doing the damn thing anymore. Like, if I buy more mugs, I have to get rid of a mug. That's the rule. And I want to get, like, original ones or themed ones, because we do have a lot of themed mugs. God, this line just does not want to do what I want it to do. Please. 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 There we go. Okay, that's better. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll add some colors in. Really want to get into a winter routine and hopefully not crash so badly. Yeah, oh, Sly, that's so real. I feel like it's so easy to kind of like fall apart in winter. You know what I mean? I've already had to start my... Okay, wait, I'm going to merge some of these layers. Merge selected. So these are going to be outer bang. So that's going to be... Oh no, why are those layers on that? Oh no. Wait, I fucked up. I fucked up. Okay. You. Just you. Layer. Merge selected layers. Okay, thank you. I was like, please stop. Okay, so that's the outer bangs. This is front bangs. Okay, so it's just those 3 layers, I think. Let's do a merge selected. There we go. Oh, hell yeah. Now what I can do is I can come in with that purple rain. Purple rain. And we're going to do a multiply. Do a little multiply. Knock that opacity down. This is just rendering. Let's do the outer bang as well. We'll make this a multiply layer. And then we'll drop that opacity. Again, it's just to add a little something to it. And then I am gonna do a screen layer as well. Really? Oh, you're on the wrong spot. You go here. Okay, let's make that a screen layer. And then we turn that down a little bit. And then what we can do, I think this whole area is just going to need a little bit of cleanup, but I do like that. All right. We're in the home stretch, guys. This is looking pretty damn snaz. I am going to knock opacity up on that. Let's see how we're looking. So I think what I'm gonna do... There we go. All right, he's coming along. You're feeling proactive this year. That's smart. Winter depression is rough, you know. Have like 2 or more, because I'm not really using for milk anymore because I made sure it was a limit. I do have a bunch like tumblers and plastic lidded cups. We have so many tumblers. It's a problem. Honestly. It's honestly kind of a problem. We have too many, if I'm honest. I think we have too many. We got so much done tonight. Thank you for helping me lock in, guys. That was a lot of fun. So I'm gonna, for those of you watching on YouTube or if you're watching the VOD later, first off, thank you for joining in. I'm gonna try to do this more often and try some dual streams, but I gotta get some things clearly set up because I'm not quite ready. But this is the first time I've been able to actually make a YouTube dual stream ever work without crashing my system now that I have a good ground network. So that's been exciting. That's been fun. We're gonna raid on Twitch. I do not think that's going to do anything on YouTube. I think it's just going to like end things. But I do want to see something here. I do want to see if someone specific is on. Who should we raid tonight? Okay, person I was thinking of was not on anymore. Who do we want to raid? Who do we want to raid? Who should we raid? Oh, are you doing art? You're doing... Oh, you have so many viewers. I don't want to do that. Who should we raid tonight, guys? It's been a little while since we've raided Ember. Should we raid Ember? Let's raid Ember. Let's go give Ember a hard time. Looks like Ember's playing Hollow Knight. Okay. Oh, wait, Peachy Pill. Oh, Peachy Pill's on. Oh. Oh, Subchomi. Oh, wait, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Thank you. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Hang on. That's a good call. Let's do that. All right. Guys, we are going to go raid. We're going to go raid Subchomi. I want everybody to be on your best behavior. Do you hear me? Do you fucking hear me? I want you on your best behavior, okay? We're gonna do a raid of bees. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. This has been an absolute blast of an evening. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for keeping me company. Hey, I know life is a little crazy right now and a little bit much, so you do me a favor and take care of yourself. Make sure you're eating, make sure you're drinking, find your chamomile alternatives. I Heart Your Faces. Draz is going to be on tomorrow night. I will be back on Thursday. We're going to have a really fun time. We're going to do some extra Communicraft SMP on Thursday, so tune in for some extra Minecraft goodness. I Heart Your Faces. Wake up tomorrow morning. Remind yourself that you piss excellence. I will see you on the flip side. Have a great night, everybody.